I have felt disgusted looking at a fat body.
Have you ever felt disgusted?
All the time. But it's not about disgusted in the fat body itself. It's disgusted in the undisciplined person that owns the fat body. Because if you're not willing to love yourself enough to become fit and healthy so that you can live a long lasting life and give something to society that is worthy, instead of going on the fucking treadmill, and every morning I go on the treadmill and I run hard for a good 10-15 minutes, and I got 13 people beside me walking at a rate of 2. They're walking on the treadmill at 2. They're able to talk on the phone. They're able to drink all their drinks all they want. TikTok. They're not sweating whatsoever. So they have no discipline at all. They don't love themselves. They actually don't love themselves. They only go to the gym because it's a trendy fad thing right now. They don't go to the gym because they want to be healthy. They go there because they think it's making them healthy, but they're not doing and putting in the work that needs to make them healthy. You know, I remember all these guys that used to take supplements and take pre-workout drinks and all this, and they never worked out. Why are you taking that? Oh, it's supposed to help with training.
Hype.
You don't train. Yeah. So why are you doing that? So that, I don't, it's not disgusted in the body itself. It's disgusted in the people that have no love for themselves, don't care about their health, putting the strain on their family, themselves, the system, and then they say that there's other problems in the world causing strains on the healthcare system. No, it's not. America is obese. If you don't get it in your head, America is obese. They actually say it's over 60% of the U.S. Overweight.
60?
Yes. Yeah. Did you even hear that? There's a statistics right now where if you look at 1,000 people, they say, or 40 people out of 1,000 have visible six-packs. 40 people out of 1,000 have a visible six-pack.
Damn.
So, and it's not saying six-packs are the end-all, be-all and showing that you're fit and everything, but it kind of is. Because if you just eat garbage, processed food, drink beer all day, sit around and do nothing, have lots of stress in your life, have a sit-at job, all that stuff, most of the fat gets gained around the midsection. So you're not training at all to be healthy. And it's, again, I'm not disgusted with the bodies because there's a lot of great, beautiful people that are fat, but you're not in love with yourself. True. And if you're not in love with yourself, you're never going to find somebody to love you the way you want because you don't love you the way you want. So
preach, brother, preach.
Well, it's unacceptable to be fat.
Okay. That's a great start. I mean, I know why you say that, but it's one of those things where, do you know why you're saying that?
Yes, because I've been fat before and I lost the weight.
Well, me too. I've been fat my whole life. I've been way skinnier than I am now, and I've been way heavier than I am now. Was I less valuable at one point in there?
Well, I mean, you can make an argument that you're less valuable when you're fatter because you drain resources, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I mean, in general, being fat is unacceptable because you control every single morsel of food that goes into your mouth.
Okay.
It shows a lack of discipline, it shows a lack of character, it shows a lack of temperance, and when you're fat, it's an outward manifestation of your inadequacies.
Exactly.
When I see somebody who's 500 or 600 pounds, all I can think of is, why do they care so little about their health that they can do this, allow themselves to gain that much weight, knowing it's taken 20, 30, 40 years off their life? I just can't imagine not wanting to live that badly.
I understand that. No, it's I've definitely felt disgusted looking at fat bodies in my life. A lot of the
said, I've been fat, I've been skinny, I've been really fat, I've been skinny. Okay, so you're not disciplined.
Yeah.
You know, you'll lose the weight, and then something in your life will trigger you to where you say, I don't care anymore.
No
but
discipline.
You have to care about you. Nothing in your life is going to go well for you if you don't care about you. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem with people, is they think that they got the quick fix. Oh no, I'll just take Ozempic. Ozempic makes me better. Well, when you have cancer in 5 years, blame Ozempic for that. When you have diabetes or when you have something else, blame whatever you're doing for that. Yep. Too many people are doing all these fad diets, all this other garbage. Let me ask you a question. When you see people who eat meat and they train, they look pretty jacked up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But when you see people that are all about the salads and I'm a vegetarian and I'm a vegan and stuff like that, how many of them are jacked up? I'm not saying they're not jacked. There's a few. There's a few that are jacked. But the majority of people who just go to the restaurant and eat salad look like these guys because they think they're doing themselves a favor. But they're hiding the fact that when they're home, that bag of Oreos under the bed, the bag of chips beside the bed, that bottle of pop in the fridge, all of that stuff is there. It's just the weekend. I'm going to have a few beers with the boys and have some pizza while I watch football. Or you could go out and play football with the boys and drink some water.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem with America,
Choice.
is that we fall onto these, oh, I can take a chance and just relax. No, you can't. I can have that because I deserve it. You don't deserve it. You've had it for 25 years. You don't deserve to eat the shit food you're putting in your face right now
Yeah.
because you didn't work for it. If you didn't work for it, you don't deserve it. Stop expecting free give outs. You have to work for everything. You want
Yeah.
money? Gotta work for it. Want a beautiful wife? Gotta work for it. You want to be handsome and feel attractive and healthy? You
Gotta
have
work
to
for it.
work for it. You're not just born that way.
But they don't.
So-
The media don't tell them like that though. They just
No,
tell you
not at
good.
all. No, they even make fun of it. Who, Jimmy Kimmel the other time on his show was like, exercise is so overrated. Why would I want to exercise? There's so many other things I can do. You're just encouraging people to not exercise. Like, why would you do that? Look at America. How many kids actually play in the street anymore? None. They're too busy playing on
Empty.
video games and too busy on watching Netflix and watching their cell phone and all this other garbage. And now kids are becoming super obese. It's a problem in America, and the problem is discipline and the lack of love. There's just a lack of love for yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
shit, when I was a kid, I'd skateboard for 3 hours to get somewhere if I wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I didn't have to Uber it or have to get a drive there or just say now to stay home. I still did all my stuff. But when we get older, we decide that I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions now. But you're not. You're just saying you're going to make decisions, but you
Yeah.
don't.
Me feeling disgusted with myself and then projecting that feeling onto other people. And I don't think anyone on either side will disagree that health is important. I know that my own mental health was way worse when I was spending every fixate of my life trying to get smaller and trying to be thinner.
I don't think there's anyone that can look at somebody 500, 600, 700 pounds and not think, wow, what have they done? And not be disgusted. Like, how can you not? I just can't understand
You can't
nobody
assume that
thinking
everyone has the same opinion, though, because unfortunately, some people have emotional stuff that happened, traumatic stuff that's happened, so you can't discount and just say, oh,
Boo-hoo,
because
man.
they're fat.
Boo-hoo, man. Like, there's way worse stuff going out in the world versus
Absolutely.
people saying, oh my God, I'm sad, I'm gonna eat some ice cream. It's like, no, dude, it's like, you're fat, you made that decision, you live in the best country ever. If you live in a civilized first world country where you have electricity, internet power, etc., you deserve to be bullied. It's ridiculous to me that we have all these fat people running around. Meanwhile, people are being bombed in Gaza. It's ridiculous. We are so privileged here in the United States and in the West in general. When I see a fat person, I'm like, wow, you got the gift of life. You got the gift of being in a developed country. And you're a fat POS talking about body positivity on TikTok? What the hell is going
But now
on
you're
here?
segmenting, though, because not everyone thinks like that. What do you
No, we
call
need
it,
to bring
blanket?
shaming back.
Okay.
We need to bring shaming back in so many other regards besides obesity. We need to do it with sluts. We need to shame fat
Jesus.
people. We need to shame everybody when they fuck up.
You can't just keep kissing everybody's ass. Oh no, don't worry about it. You're
Yeah.
beautiful and stuff like that. Sure, he may be a very great guy. He might be a nice guy. He's smart. He's funny and stuff like that. But he doesn't love himself. So there is something wrong with him. And yes, there's mental health issues. But one of the best ways to get over mental health issues is by physical activity where you start making yourself feel better about you. Then your mental health issues will start to subside as well. And you'll project that out to the world as well. A lot of people that are not in the greatest mindset don't also exude a great mindset to other people. People don't want to be around them because they have a negative mindset,
exactly, yeah.
or they're constantly don't want to do anything because they're lazy, or they just don't want to do anything. Oh, I can't because I'm depressed today. Get off your fat ass and get to the gym. Find the love for you. Then you can start, getting over all these things. But we keep preaching to them, no, just keep taking medicine, keep taking these pills, it'll help you with your depression. It doesn't help with anything. All it does is numb your mind, and then the rest of you just stays numb too. It's like smoking weed. And you got the munchies. Like, you don't want to do anything because you're taking this medication when you could go to the gym and build the medication into your system already.
And the funny part, the doctors don't even help. They just say, "Oh, take the pills, take the pills."
That's
Bro,
all they do. The
you
first
don't
thing
need
they
it,
want to
man.
do.
Your body was meant to recover. Like,
You know how many doctors are actually, they offer that Ozempic drug to everybody for everything now. It's supposed to be a drug that's supposed to help with certain aspects of health, but now they're encouraging people that are overweight to take it. It helps with weight loss, but it's not meant for that. My mother had a heart attack, or a stroke, and they encouraged her to take Ozempic. Why? She had a stroke. She's not overweight. She's not having problems with, her mental health or anything. But they recommend it. Why are they recommending it to everybody? That's the new fad. Ozempic is the brand new fad for everybody to take. Oh, it's going to help you lose weight. Why is it helping you lose weight? You guys need to study that. And all the studies that they're doing are not long enough to tell you the side effects for long term on Ozempic. So you can lie all you want to yourself. Oh no, they found nothing wrong with it. It's very good. If it's so good, then it would be a multi-trillion-dollar business and everybody be eating it up like candy.
Because shame has been one of the strongest defenses against degeneracy and human fuck-ups.
You had a personal experience you wanted to share. You said you used to be overweight. Now you're not.
Oh yeah, so I did an experiment back in like 2015 where I like bulked for like almost 2 years, and I got up 250 pounds, and then I dieted down. It took me about 7 months. I systematically did it, controlled my calories, tracked my macros, tracked my protein, carbs, fats, and systematically lost 1 to 2 pounds per week.
So you chose to gain up to 250.
Yeah,
you were
so
naturally
I've been on all
beforehand.
spectrums. Like I'm naturally skinny.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna get fat as an experiment.
Yeah.
Did it, and then I was like, all right, now I'm gonna lose the weight. And then all I did was just track my calories, I ate the same food every single day.
Yeah.
Went to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and everything was controlled, and it got done. Was it monotonous? Of course. Was it boring?
No,
Of
yeah,
course.
I agree with you there. I am naturally this way. This is with working out 4 or 5 times
That's
a week.
not true.
It's 100% true, bro.
Nah, bro.
No,
Come to the gym with
it's
me.
not.
This is me
It's not
working out.
natural at all, because at the end of the day, if you don't lose weight, by definition, you're not in a calorie deficit. If you're not in a calorie deficit, then you're gonna either maintain or gain weight, and that's the problem is that people don't track their calories.
And that's true, but people burn at their resting metabolic rate a different set of calories.
Doesn't matter.
Let's bring in the disagreeers.
Okay, so the reason I disagreed, especially when I heard the statement, I don't think I'll ever look at somebody based on their situation and think that I'm disgusted. Like, if I see somebody that's a drug addict on the street that's homeless, I'm not disgusted by that. If I see somebody that's incredibly overweight, I'm not disgusted by that. Do I think that there's an opportunity for growth? Do I think they've been put in a disadvantageous position that's probably makes it harder for them? Absolutely. I think I'm kind of an empath, so when I see somebody, I know that there's things underlying, and one of my best friends is 400 plus pounds. I've helped him lose 150, 200 pounds. He's gained it back. And I don't look at him and say, I'm disgusted, but I know how bad he wants it. And just seeing how hard he tries and then reverts, it's almost more tough for me than to be like, oh, that's disgusting, you know? And I think there's plenty of people that look at me and say, that's disgusting. I never want to look like that. So like, I know what it feels like on the other side to like look the way I do and get people look at me like, ugh, that's gross to like have that muscle. And then to go back to that point, like you came from a fit place and like deciding to bulk, like that's a conscientious decision to gain weight. Like you already have those habit routines and skills in order to stay in shape, and then you use those same skills you had to pull back on the calories and knowledge you had.
The reason why I use that example is that you can get fat and lose the weight if you know what you're doing and you have the knowledge and everything else like that. It's just about consistency over time. So it's like, I look at it like...
let me cut you off, because here's one thing that you just said.
Yeah.
You had the tools. So there's people that don't have the tools that you've passed judgment on.
He's a liar.
And
You're an idiot. We live in a day and age with the internet. You have the
Everything's
most
there.
tools right in front of you. You know how many people I see at the gym who don't know how to work out? They'll get a weight and they'll be doing this. And I'm like, what are you doing? You have the tools on the internet. We're the most educated society right now than we ever were, because you can look up anything you want on the internet.
Yep.
But you choose not to. You choose to look up garbage, TikTok and Facebook and porn, whatever the hell you're looking at, but you're not looking at how to train properly, how to diet properly, how to do your calorie counts, how to do anything properly for what your goal is. You're just hoping to wing it, hoping to get by on talent. No, we have everything in front of us to do it all on the phone. Problem is, you're using the phone for the other problem, is that it's an addiction to all those other things that don't help you get to your goal.
Obviously, they do the research when you're fat. Obviously, you're gonna have to Google how to do that. But in the first link they click on it, anything that's gonna make them feel good, it's what they're gonna believe in.
And they're also
You know what I'm
looking
saying?
for the quick fix.
Yes,
you know, what's
that's
going to
it.
give me abs in 2 weeks? It doesn't work that way at all.
Yeah.
So, like I just told you, 40 out of 1,000 people have a visible six-pack. Those 40 people had to work really hard to get that visible six-pack. So it's not something that's easy. And I heard a good saying too. If everything was easy to get, then it wouldn't have value and everybody would have it. It doesn't make it worthwhile to have. You just have it. Yeah, well, I have it. I was born with lots of money. That money doesn't mean anything to that person because they were born with lots of money. But somebody who's very poor, $10 means a lot.
Yeah.
So, and if they have to work an hour to get paid $10, that hour is well spent to get that $10. Somebody who just finds $10 underground, it's very easy to just gamble that away, throw it away, give it away. It wasn't yours anyways. It's easy. It was easy to get. It didn't have any value to you. So if it's not worth working for, then it doesn't have any value. And everybody that has abs wouldn't get any value out of it. Nobody would give a shit. Everybody would have abs.
And you have failed to realize that with the tools, people are very much capable of achieving amazing things. But
Okay, let's talk about set
no,
tools then.
hold on, I'm not done.
Well, you cut me off
I'm
before,
not done.
remember?
And I stood over there and I listened to you and I was like, it's a ton of bullshit too.
Oh, sure.
But we're gonna address this, right?
Yeah.
You are passing judgment.
He's getting pissed off.
Well, I think he's getting hungry too, though, because he doesn't want to wait for the whole show to end. He's like, this guy's going to talk forever, and I don't want to hear it. All I'm craving right now is nachos and fucking creamsicle pop, because he definitely isn't studying all the things he's saying. Oh, we need the tools, blah, blah. The tools are all there. There's magazines out there. There's videos out there. There's DVDs out there. I mean, you could watch any fucking superhero movie, and they'll show you a little bit of working out. Watch some Rocky movies. Bunch of working out stuff on there he does at home. You could do that too, but you're too busy building your bicep and too busy building your grip. So, like, whatever, you're just talking out your asshole.
Judgment on people who lack the tools to do what it is that they need to do to get themselves to a certain point of health. There are multitudes of factors that weighs into what goes on with somebody's body. There are people that even if they work out, losing the weight does not come as simple as just going to the gym.
It's not supposed to be
right.
simple.
He's right. No, but it's true.
Yeah.
Some people have a harder time losing weight.
Yeah.
You have to work harder. So a kid that's born into poverty has to work harder to become rich rather than a kid who's born with money. So yes, he has to work harder, and that makes it more valuable when he gets there and becomes at the finish line with everybody else.
Yep.
So if you work hard,
Simple.
like this guy's saying, I gained the weight and then I lost it. He had to work hard to lose it, because falling into gaining 250 pounds, that's not easy to do either, to just sit there and eat all day when you're used to being a healthy person.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you don't know the life challenges and everything like that. Everybody has life challenges. We don't all start with a silver spoon in our mouth. You all start from a different perspective. We're not saying that you're disgusting because of your specific body type. It's your attitude towards it. This guy's proving it correct.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have the right tools. Yeah, you do. It's all right in front of you in books
right
and
there.
on the internet. All you have to do is put in the discipline. You're not disciplined to do it. Oh, it takes longer for some of us to lose fat. Okay. Work harder and work longer.
Yeah.
That's okay.
He's just proving
you
the whole
have
point.
a goal. That's all that counts. Reach your goal. Some guys might reach a goal in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. You might take 10.
Yeah.
Who cares? You reached your goal.
There are some people that have a disposition. I have a disposition. But does that mean that I'm not active? Does that mean that I'm not doing certain things? No, it doesn't. But you're passing
What's his
judgment on
disposition?
somebody's body that you know nothing about.
You can see.
Now, on the flip side, what if I turned around and I did the same thing to you? You're talking about how fit and stuff that you are, but you're over there and you're smallest compared to these other guys. So how does that feel if someone comes? No, because you said
I know,
shame,
but
right?
that's a little.
You said shame, right?
Yeah.
So how does that feel if someone comes up and they start shaming you for size? Like, come on, it goes both ways.
We're just in the first.
All he cares about is feelings.
Yeah.
Your feelings don't matter. And again, the shaming thing shouldn't matter. What the shame thing should do is make you aware of your own shame for yourself. Because if you don't feel shame for yourself and you feel like you're okay, you're never going to change. But deep down inside, you really don't want to be like this. And
Yeah.
he already exudes that. I don't want to be like this, but I have a disposition. Then work hard to get past that disposition.
Simple, man.
Work hard to get to your goal. Don't try and throw shade on him because he doesn't look as big as the other guys. That doesn't matter. He's fit. Nobody has to be as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger. They just have to be fit and healthy.
He's big on the other side.
Because this guy's not going to end up in the hospital as quickly as this guy is, with heart conditions, lung conditions, diabetes, whatever else he's got going on over there, and that's just in his leg. I'm just saying, no, but seriously, this guy is going to be more of a threat to the health society than this guy is. And that's the problem, is that they don't see that. They just keep blaming things. Oh, it's because I have this problem and my depression and I have this problem. No, you just don't have discipline.
There's always an excuse,
So-
bro.
We got to be
Here's the thing.
careful about targeting each other too directly. You
No, I mean,
definitely-
I'm not offended. It's fine. He's
No,
emotional.
it goes
and that's
in
fine.
every direction.
He's obviously very triggered.
Oh,
but
I'm
yeah,
not
so let's talk
triggered.
about, let's hit the first part, tools. What are the tools? The tools are simply knowledge, which you can get for free on the internet. If you have the ability and the discipline to go out there and get the knowledge, then you're going to lose weight. It's just that simple. It's just that people want to always make excuses for why, oh, my feelings, oh, I don't know what, you don't know what people are going through, blah, blah, blah. No. You can watch your calories, you can go to the gym, you have time to do it. People just like to make excuses.
I don't think anyone's debating that weight loss is impossible here. I think the question is, why do you hate fat people, that you feel the disgust towards it?
Well, like I said before, it's a culmination of a bunch of bad decisions. I'm not going to go ahead and give the same level of respect to someone who's a fat ass to someone that has worked really hard and diligently on their physique, because your body's outward manifestations
There's
of
more
your decisions,
factors to
your
a human
consistency.
being than their body.
Well, you could judge a lot just off of someone's physique. You'd be like, okay, well, this guy is lazy. and that's personified through their physique. It's the truth.
Yeah, I don't know if like disgust would be the right word, right?
I know.
Greg mentioned some health implications with being overweight or obese.
Yeah.
I think being concerned might be a better.
That's the word I was going to go
better
for.
word.
Like,
But
Obviously, you don't pick the most harsh word. You're a fucking idiot for looking so fat. No, it's not about that. What it is about you're not loving you. I'm more focused on the fact you don't love you.
Yeah.
There's no way you love yourself, because if you loved you, you wouldn't love food so much. And that's the problem. Seriously, because if you don't love yourself, you're going to keep eating the garbage food that's not good for you. If you love yourself, you study what you need to study, understand what your body needs to be healthy and active, and so you can do things that you want to do. You can't tell me all 4 of these fat guys don't watch these shows and these movies and that, and they see a guy climbing a mountain or climbing a set of stairs, and they want to do that too. They want to be able to stand up properly without their back hurting. Obviously, everybody wants that in life. So as you get older, it's just going to get worse. So if you're starting off where you're already fat when you're in your late 20s or 30s, nowadays it's teenagers that are super fat. They're lost in life already because now they're ending up with all these health problems at an earlier age.
Yeah, and then you can't tell me this guy don't want to look like that. There's no way, bro. There's no way you can tell me you don't want to look like this guy. You may have to like defend it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You want to look like
a concern for your health.
Yeah.
You should want to not. Most of these guys, I guarantee you, if they're late 30s, early 40s, they're going to start worrying about cancer. They're going to start worrying about heart problems, breathing problems. Maybe some of them already have diabetes. Why do you have these problems? Oh, it's just natural. It's hereditary. No, it's not. That's bullshit. It's not hereditary. Diabetes is something that, if it's hereditary, it's because your mom did a bunch of stuff that made her gain weight and gave the diabetic gene to you. So, but you drinking pop and eating snacks and treats all the time, that's all sugar that creates type 2 diabetes. So all these people, again, I had this talk with you before where there's no disease that makes you fat. The only disease is undisciplined laziness that makes you fat. Boom. That's it. There's no disease that makes you fat at all.
It, guys.
Diabetes does not make you fat. It just makes you feel like you can't do things. You have to work a little harder to achieve the goal that you want. Just like the one guy said, it takes longer for some of us to reach that goal. Yes, it does. Then go longer. Go harder. Everybody has a starting point. They don't all start in the same position. So if you got to work harder to get to where somebody else is, that's okay. And if people see you working hard, like I go to the gym 6 days a week, and I've been at the same gym for 3 years, and I can see the people that have been training and they're losing the weight, they're gaining muscle mass, they're getting stronger at certain exercises, and I can see the ones who've just been on the treadmill for 3 years, haven't lost a pound. I can see those people. I don't respect them. They're not disciplined. They're just there for their stupid TikTok. Look at me, I'm working out. And everybody on their TikTok's like, oh, that's amazing, I'm so proud of you, you're doing great. But if they look at their friends' profile a year later, they still look the same. How can you say you're proud of them? They still look the same. They didn't accomplish anything. They accomplished a gym membership that they're paying for nothing. That's why gyms are making millions of dollars from all the dumb fat people who fucking go at January and buy a gym membership because they're going to change their life. And then by March, they quit. Now you got 70% of the gym doesn't even come to the gym. They just pay their membership because they hope one day I'm going to make it there. But you never do, because that bag of chips gets in the way, the bottle of pop gets in the way, and there's a box of ice cream calling my name. It's just that way. And
see you guys to the next episode. Peace.